Well, this is depressing. Late February, central New York. Ground still frozen. So, let's go talk about some metal detecting. There's probably 100 things I could be doing, 10 things I ought to be doing, but only one thing I'd rather be doing. That's talking to you about metal detecting. So on today's episode, we're going to talk about the thing that really got me hooked on metal detecting. I'm going to show you, just like I promised, I'm going to show you some of the old coins that I found. Today's episode, we're just going to stick with the United States large cents. I found quite a few of them. I'm going to show you a few in this video. So stand by. We'll take a look and see some of the cool things that I found. So here you go, folks. This is the first large cent that I pulled out of the ground. This is the one that got me hooked on metal detecting. It is a coronet large cent and is best known as the braided hair large cent. It was issued by the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia from 1816 until 1857. There are two variants, the matron head and the braided hair. This one is a braided hair. It is dated 1842. We are looking at Lady Liberty. That is the bust or the face that you see onto it is Lady Liberty. She is surrounded by 13 stars around the outside edge. Can anybody take a guess at what those 13 stars would represent? The 13 colonies, the 13 original colonies. So pretty cool. I'll flip it over and show you the back side. So the back side, you can see a reef in the center and 1 cent sticks right out there at you. Kind of hard to miss. United States of America around the outside edge. Nice coin. So here is another braided hair large cent from 1843. This is one of the nicer ones I dug out of the ground. It must have been dropped early in its life. It has a lot of detail onto it. You can clearly see Lady Liberty there, and she's wearing a headband. You can almost see Liberty in the headband. Definitely can see the 13 stars around the outside edge, and the 1843 just staring you right there in the face. So pretty nice coin. The back side was almost as good, if not better. There you go, United States of America, 1 cent, the reef. So these are a pretty large coin. I'm going to try to give you an idea on how big they are. I'll put this over here, and we're going to put a modern day penny up against you. So this is your modern day 1 cent piece, or better known as the penny. And you can see how big these coins are. So pretty incredible that people would drop these coins and lose them, and then almost 200 years later, people like us just dig them up out of the ground. So pretty neat. So here we have a matron head large cent, where you can see Lady Liberty. You can even read the Liberty in her headdress there. There are 13 stars around. It's an 1827. This is just about 200 years old. But this is the matron head, the one that came before the braided hair. Not much difference. Like I say, it's Lady Liberty. And the back side looks almost identical as the braided hair. So we see the 1 cent, the reef, the United States of America. Awesome coin. And I'll throw this one in just to let all you people know that they don't come out of the ground always looking great. They're still awesome to find. And you can see Lady Liberty in the center. You can almost see some of the Liberty that's in her headdress. I think you can anyways. But this is one of the ones that I just couldn't pull a date off. It was in pretty rough shape. Metal detecting, we sometimes call these coins a slick coin, but this one wasn't so slick that I couldn't identify it. So when you turn it over on the back side, that helped me identify it too, because we could see the 1 cent We can see some of the reef and barely pick out some of the United States of America. So not all coins come out looking great and perfect, but they're still awesome to find. And getting back a little bit older, we have another large cent. This is called a classic head. I don't know if you can see Lady Liberty. I hope you can. But she is wearing a different hairstyle in this one. And I would assume that maybe she was just a little younger back in those days. But the classic head large cent was minted from 1808 to 1814. And I don't think you'll be able to see the date on the bottom, but I did pull the date off, is in 1808. That's right. This is over 200 years old. Coin that I plucked out of the ground. So pretty neat. An 1808 classic head. We'll flip it over and show you the back side. It's going to look the same as the braided hair. There's not much difference. This one isn't the greatest backside I've ever seen, but it's you can see the reef and the 1 cent. You can see some of the United States of America around the outside edge. And here we go, getting back to another coin that is over 200 years old. 200 years old. This is an 1803 draped bust large cent. And here we got Lady Liberty, who has some flowing hair there. It's called a drape bust, though, not a flowing hair, because I would love to find a flowing hair because it's going back even further into the 1700s. But anyways, this is a Lady Liberty with a different hairstyle, 1803. You can see Liberty up top. We can see that there's not 13 stars around it, but just the bust of Lady Liberty, Liberty up top in the 1803. And these coins here were, the drape bust large cent was minted from 1796 to 1807. Going back when we were a young nation. Pretty cool. So we can see some difference on the back side of the drape bust. You can see the 1 cent. There's still a reef, the United States of America. But look on the bottom where you see the fraction 1/100 to identify that this coin was 1/100th of a dollar. So pretty cool stuff right here. Here's another drape bust large cent. This happens to be one of the oldest coins that I have found. One of the oldest coins, and it's pretty slick, as you can see. But on the bottom, we can see a date. You can barely see the date. It's hard to make out the 7, but it's there. But this is a 1798 coin that come up out of the ground in the middle of a farmer's field. It is just incredible what we'll find in the middle of a field. People did things different back in the days. There were people in the fields who were harvesting, not machinery and equipment. But so this coin come out of a farmer's field, 1798. This is one of the oldest American coins I found. The backside looks a lot better. For identification purposes, this helped me a lot. So we can see the 1 cent, the United States of America, and the reef. But if you look close on the bottom, I can see that fraction, 1/100. So a lot of little details in these coins that'll help you identify when you're in the field. This particular coin right here, I was metal detecting a property that I was able to reconnect with my history teacher from school. He's a great man, and he's so full of knowledge, and he's just a great resource for me. But he knew the property, and he was pretty impressed with some of the things that I was pulling out of the ground. This coin happened to be one of them. So there you go, another drape bust large cent. So here's a coin that my son said was one of the neatest things that I had found. One of the coolest coins, actually, that I have found here this last year. So this right here, I tell you what, it boggled my brain because I'd never seen anything like it. But I pulled it out of the ground. It's the same size as the U.S. large cent. And I don't know, some of you at home or might be looking at this already know what it is, but it's hard to see. If you look real close, you can see a Monticello on the front. I'd never seen anything like it, but anyways, when I Googled this, I found out that this is called a hard times token. A hard times token. Let me flip it over because it helped me to identify it. So it looks real similar. Looks real similar to the like the braided hair and all the other large cents that we see. We can see the reef around it, and there's writing up around the edge where it would say United States of America. But look at something here. What looks different on this coin? How about the not 1 cent? Not 1 cent. These coins here are sometimes known as counterfeit coins too. But this hard times token was minted from 1833 to 1843. There are many versions of this coin, different looking. This just happens to be one of them. And these coins served as unofficial currency during a time of political and financial crisis in the United States. And like I said before, they're sometimes known as counterfeit coins. But at any rate, you know, there was a time when the U.S. was young. We were pretty new at being a country, and we were at war sometimes. So sometimes it was hard to actually mint these coins. So there was a coin shortage during these times, and the merchants decided that you know, people needed money or coins to actually buy their merchandise, and so that's what they did. They got together, the merchants got together, and they found this copper and paid for it, and they minted these coins so that people would have money to come in and buy their merchandise in the general stores and whatnot. So pretty neat, real neat coin. It's one of the best ones that I had found, or one of the neatest ones that I had found. Well, we'll play a little game. We'll finish with a little game here. So I'm going to put this down. It's a pretty slick coin. And I'm going to call it, guess what coin this is. I'm not 100% sure what it is. It's pretty slick, but there is enough detail onto it to know that we are looking at a bust right now. I'll try to put a little light here and there. Maybe you can see the shadows. I'll move it around. Maybe you can. It makes it worse sometimes, makes it better sometimes. That's definitely making it worse. I'll take it back off. But this is a coin that I pulled out of the ground. The back is completely slick. I will flip it over. But I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what it is. I've got my guesses, just like you might have. And if you have a guess and want to throw a shot at it, maybe you can comment below as to what this coin is or what you think this coin is. This possibly could be, I think, one of the oldest coins that I have found. But anyways, just take a look. There's that side. I'll flip it over real quick. Like I said, it is pretty slick, and I'm not seeing a whole heck of a lot of detail into it. So, guess what this coin is? Well, there you have it. Some of the incredible things that come out of the ground that lie just beneath the surface of Central New York. I appreciate you guys taking a look at this week's video, and I hope everybody well. And I want to leave you with one thing to think about. So, the sins of your past and the sins of your present are not as great as God's grace. So something to think about. So anyways, until next time, peace.